Okay, hi, it's Robin. We're starting advanced case number 4, and okay. Okay, here we go. Here's the chart, July 31st, 67, Wiesbaden, Germany, and the chart. We just look at it for a few minutes, a couple minutes. We got the sun in Leo conjunct Jupiter, and there's only a square to Mars. There's trines to Saturn. The conjunction to Jupiter is a nice aspect. So it's a good teacher's chart. The Sun Jupiter conjunction. Let me show you. There's a need to establish 10th house, one's understanding, and have. It's Leo. It's got to be best. Gotta be creative and use one's creativity and one's purpose Jupiter adds a need to understand everything. It needs a teaching, a showing, a writing, a teaching, and just on that level, that really is a nice thing for knowing astrology, because it really gives an understanding to reinforce who we are. But there's no real big outer planet aspects or anything here. That's nice. The moon is in Taurus, so you got the Leo moon in Taurus. Like, here I am, this is mine. Or you have the Taurus, the tactile sense, the practical sense. I'm just playing with it. You just have to, when you start with a chart, you start playing with the concepts. You start building up the caricature. And we want to look at certain main things and have them in our mind. We've already gone over all these charts and gone over the natal interpretation, gone over them. I'm just bringing things up. The moon in Taurus in the 8th house, again, this practical, the psychologist, the understanding things deeply. There can be moons in the 8th house, so that wherever the moon is, there's a fluctuation. So you have a bit of the perhaps fluctuations of finances or shared resources. To the 8th house, Taurus moon wouldn't like that, as opposed by Neptune. So there is this tendency to be either gullible about other people's resources, but more likely gullible, over-dedicated, concerned. There's this moon Neptune. The Neptune opposing the moon. Moon is your memories, your past, your security. There's always some confusion, aversion, or complication from the past. This was there from the time she was born. This was there with her mother when she was born. So this is, it can be someone who over their lifetime become more and more kind, more and more dedicated, more spiritual. There can be real dependencies or confusions around shared resources and money and homes and partners' resources. 8th house, if we went to the 8th house, if you look at it that way. But it's just the moon in Taurus. Right now, we just want to see Sun in Leo, moon in Taurus, determined, kind of proud, good taste, needs to be appreciated, needs to feel things are nice, needs to feel healthy. This is the moon in Taurus. It's some of the nice things of the moon in Taurus. It's a very practical sense of what's nice, what's beautiful, what's comfortable. And they're square by sign, but they're not in square by aspects. There's a lot of difficulty in that. So the sun's well aspect, the moon has the Neptune problem, and the ascendant is Libra. So Libra, Taurus, moon, charming, nice taste, probably expensive taste, nice taste, expensive taste, maybe not, depends on the Neptune, how it affected it, but there's a need for the security for nice things, and there's a need to have authority and control, like to do business, it's just to be Leo, to be best at something that she likes and identifies it as beautiful or as interesting. This is part of this complex. It's the sun's up in the 10th house, moon's in the 8th house. It's like it's the career and the social trust or the commitment or the need to do something meaningful. And there's a need to be appreciated. The Libra wants to be appreciated. The Libra rising one likes to talk, likes to communicate, and wants to share the ideas that they have. So this is just a quick look at it. The motivation point down here in Capricorn is most of our planets are above the horizon. We're going to get to this, but it's the bundle pattern. It's the bowl pattern type. There's the one planet here, and the motivation is the IC is motivated by Capricorn, by accomplishment, motivated by security, to have security, to be secure, and to accomplish something. And the Saturn rules it's over in the 7th house around relationships. So these are just the basic factors. 1 second, I want to just look at a couple more things just before we get to this. The Venus, the rules you said it's in Virgo. It's in the 12th house, so it has a bit of a shadow on it. So satisfaction can be a little evasive, ruling the moon, but there's no bad aspects to the Venus. Oh, it is 12, 18 is conjunct. It is loosely conjunctive. It's conjunct to Pluto. So there is a conflict. There's the Venus Pluto. So this means when she was born, the mom had the confusing time from the Neptune to the moon, and the Venus ruling it was in the 12th house. So there was some confrontations about love, money, security when she was born. But her Mercury squared Saturn, so that's a little bit worrying, or a little cautious, a little serious. It's in Cancer, so it's going to worry about security, worry about home. It's going to worry about the moon things. It feeds into when it's down, it's going to feed into the worries about the moon. But there's a need to work to accomplish something. So you can see the value of having her understanding and being able to write or teach it. But you see that she's going to use astrology. It's going to be like she has some things to accomplish in her lifetime, but her energy is mostly above the horizon, not so much below. So she has my planet's the most below, so I haven't really intertaked it too far out for most people, but she has a really good chance of seeing perspective where people are, where they fit in, what they could do, who they are, who they aren't. Okay. That's just, you look at a chart, you play around, you look at it. When we're going through our 13 points, we'll come back to this. The bucket type with the Saturn is the handle. That's, on one hand, it's the inhibition is the handle. On the other hand, it's the father is the focus. On the other hand, it's authority, it's accomplishment, it's responsibility, it's having a career, it's accomplishing something, getting respect. That's the Saturn. So, back at it again. There's the Saturn. It's trying the Sun. No other bad aspects. It just squares the Mercury. So there's some it's like confusion from the mom and some worry or some serious thinking about the dad. Sometimes the Mercury Saturn square, you don't talk to your dad that much or something. Okay, moon phase, waning half moon. Just go back and look at it for a second. Waning half moon. There's the sun, 7 degrees Leo. There's 7 Taurus. It's going back to the sun. So we've got the waning half moon. Okay, so that's the darkness increasing, the need to belong, need to be part of things, to feel. It's funny, in the signs, she has a very independent side of the Taurus and the Leo sun, the Taurus moon, and and the need to relate with the Libra rising, or to have things nice. But with the Saturn handle puts a conservative, serious side, our need to accomplish, and the waning half moon is, and this need to belong, that's going into having to fit in or having to feel where one is, that deeper side, trying to go to a newer vision. It's going off the previous full moon down, it's going up to the new moon. So, okay. So there's Leo, Taurus, Libra. So you got 2 fixed, 1 cardinal. You don't see much adaptability here. You see the drive and the determination. The fixity, the determination. And sometimes when we think of the moon, her sun's not afflicted. The moon has the Neptune opposed, so that can be difficulty with diet, or bad habit. It can be habits, bad habits, or confusion around habits. That's the Neptune to the moon. But her moon sign Taurus, Leo. It's just basically determined, fixed, consistent, and trying to be pleasant and nice, wanting to share ideas. So this is Sun and Venus, Venus leadership. It's need to be appreciated, need to be liked, and a need to shine. So that's nice for music. That's nice for performing, for presenting things. Yeah. Okay. She's the leader, but she needs to be appreciated. Okay. When we get to the points, we have 1 point I am, 2 points I have Taurus, 2 points I feel, 3 points I will, 3 points I analyze, Leo and Virgo. When I balance, 2 I desire, and that's it. So the strong points of the planets pile up more in Leo, the Sun and Jupiter, and the Virgo, which we didn't see that much, but that's the Venus, Uranus, Pluto in Virgo. So there's 3 points in I analyze, 3 points in I will, and then I feel. And then I have the Taurus moon. So these are the strong accentuations, they're just strong factors that are sitting there. Because we're not trying to define someone, we're trying to tune in and just see certain patterns that stand out. We do have the lack of mutability that stands out already, and the need to belong, and the waning half moon, the Saturn reserve, but the Taurus, Leo, and Libra is not, it's needing to shine. Okay, so we look at the points. 3 daylight increasing, 11 darkness increasing. So again, here we have 11 points with darkness increasing. That's the greater, the need to belong again, the need to participate, to belong, to be involved, to understand. I just got to check something here. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, I just was concerned that they may not have turned the, no, it's gone. Okay, there's the webcam is on and the audio is on. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, sharing. Okay, so, sorry. The, sorry, still